In business, the smartest thing to do isn't always to double down and stick with what you've been doing. Many times, it's to stop. Unlearning has been a game changer for us, and we're going to share 7 things that we've stopped in our agency to help us grow and move forward. Welcome to The Spark.
One of our values is about continuous learning, and we're always talking about how we need to be learning new things, and that's how we grow our business. But one of the things that we have learned recently is that we need to unlearn some things too.
Unlearn. Yeah, there's a lot of talk about unlearning right now on social media. Dharmesh Shah, co-founder of HubSpot, just all around badass, just recently said unlearning is going to be the number one skill that folks can have to move their businesses forward. We've learned so much of how we do things and we think we're supposed to do things, but in this AI environment where things are moving just so fast, light speed, it's not the best thing. You have to be able to look at your process, unlearn how you did it or why you did it, understand and look at why, question, why are we doing that in the first place? Because a lot of people, most people, us included sometimes, we get really excited about AI and how we can layer it and stack it on top of things. And I think what Dharmesh was saying and what I'm hearing a lot of right now, and I believe, is that you can't continue to have old playbooks and then stack AI on top of it.
Yeah, you're going to do bad way faster.
You're going to fail way faster, which, hey, maybe, there's growing pains there. But if we're talking about building foundations for business and growth, then we really need to make sure that our foundation is strong. Then stack AI on top of it, right? So we're stacking it on top of the right thing, not the old thing that we've always known. And the unlearning part really is to help unclutter our processes, unclutter our mind, so that we can be sharp, right? And we can
I'm
get
a huge
to the right
fan
place.
of that. I love uncluttering.
Uncluttering?
Decluttering.
Yeah, spring cleaning. You need a dumpster in your life.
Clean it out,
so you can
exactly.
just get things moving.
A dumpster in our process.
That would, I think everybody needs that. Let's kind of just jump right into this. So there's, I kind of teased it at the beginning, right? There's 7 things that we're going to talk about today, right? That's the marketing side. 7. That's a good number.
Yep.
People like the number 7.
Yep.
Lucky
Don't do 5, don't do 10.
No, it's a lucky number.
Okay.
All right. So let's jump in. One of the first things that we looked at in our technology stack was our apps and platforms, right? So we looked into this and it was a mess. We were paying for things maybe we weren't utilizing. We were paying for things, but then we had things we were paying for that half the team was using it one way, not the whole team, right?
Yep.
So we're able to kind of look at that and really, unlearn by auditing, understanding the cost, understanding how people were or weren't adopting these tools. And what it's really done is it's allowed us collaboratively as a team to go ahead and pick new tools.
There's a lot of function overlap too, I think we found. A lot of tools try and be all the things, and then we've got 5 of them, and we're not really using all the parts of them.
Right.
And I think backing out of them has been a big step for us.
Yeah, no, I think
simplifying
the collaboration, and now it's something that we build into our process where we can look at once a year. Annually, we can say, okay, everybody, here's the roster, here's the lineup, here's the cost. Is it worth it? Are we using it?
Feels like we're doing it every 3 months right now.
Yeah, because there's so many things out there. But build it into your process. I guess that's the point, right? So, apps, that's one way, right? So it was costly, and it was something that we couldn't get our arms around to get adoption, all around the agency. So hitting that reset, the positive thing is now everyone's in the same direction. We understand our costs better, and then we can better serve our clients consistently, no matter who the account strategist is on it, right? No matter who owns that.
It makes us more profitable too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we're not paying for a bunch of stuff that's trash and that we're not using.
Agree.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to go?
Yeah,
I'll
go
pick
ahead.
one. All right.
Yeah. I've yammered on enough already today.
Okay, great.
Yeah, good. It's been a couple weeks since I've been in the seat, so I had to come out strong today.
Excellent. I think the one that I like is not selling through our social channels as much.
Oh, yeah.
We obviously do a lot of social work as an agency, but it was feeling too salesy and kind of dry and not interesting, and we weren't seeing good engagement.
Time out real quick. Social media, it's not a sale. It's a touch point, right?
Yeah.
In the sales cycle.
Yeah.
And it's a touch point so that people understand but engage with your brand, interact with your brand.
Yeah. It's social. It's in
don't-
the name.
It is. So it should be social, and you shouldn't be beating me over the head with what you're selling.
Right. It shouldn't feel like an ad all the time. And that's kind of where we were getting.
Okay.
And I think it was getting too stale. And so we decided to give our 20-somethings a run at, free reign for the month and do whatever the heck they wanted. And our engagement tripled.
It was hella funny too.
It was really funny.
People got to, like, we get compliments. I get compliments all the time from our clients, prospects, friends who never really liked anything on our social media before because they were like, great,
Rude.
You sell that thing. I know, right? Great friends. I need to pick some better folks. But I found it funny and engaging, and it really showed, behind the curtain of who we are, and showed, it helped get our culture and our brand out there.
Yeah. It took us wiping it all away and trying something totally off the wall and committing to it.
I was nervous.
That's an unlearning. Absolutely. I think Jan was really nervous.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I don't know that TikTok trend. That's okay.
Right.
I was like, you don't have to.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be so close, and it's okay.
Yeah.
And she trusted us and the 20-somethings to do it.
And it turned out great. And now we've adapted, right? So we're not going to just do total chaos whenever we want. But
as long as we have some, I like the chaos. I think I kind of thrive in that area.
I think there's a balance that we're learning now, and I think it's changed how we are approaching our social, and I think that's great. And I think everything we're learning about how you engage with brands now is that people don't want to be sold to. If you watch the 20-somethings podcast that they did,
20-something takeover.
Yeah,
Noel said, "Don't tell me what to do."
Yeah, don't tell me. Don't tell me what to buy.
Tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to buy. I do what I want.
Yeah, I do what I want. Absolutely. So that's
right. One that, since I lead the business development, right, and growth for the agency, we were doing a lot of outbound cold emails, right? So we weren't as cringy as buying lists, but, we have platforms and partners where we could pull lists from, right? They shall be left nameless. But we would create lists based on buyer intent, or based on, not even based on, or partner with a third party who has an AI generator, right, to get more opens, clicks, more engagement, more leads, right? There's all lead generation platforms and companies out there. And we were doing some of that. We were trying it, right? We owed it to ourselves to try it. And I think that is something that we've stopped because it didn't feel authentic. Clicks weren't great. Engagement wasn't great. There weren't a ton of appointments being made. And then when we did have conversations, they weren't the right fit. They didn't really understand what we did. It was too broad of a message going out to too many people. So we stopped doing that. And the flip side, the positive of it, is that we've been able to focus on ABM marketing. We do ABM marketing for our clients all the time. And it feels great that the cobbler's kids, that will be us, have shoes finally, and nice shoes. It's great. So now we're having much better conversations, engagement, shorter sales cycles. But the conversations, because they are one-to-one, they are relevant to what people are actually looking for. It's just been a much better experience than where we were before.
Yeah, I think lists seem like such an easy solution, and then sending emails that you think are right for this group, but you see it time and time again. It just rarely works. And
in sales, it's always a numbers game, right? And it's been beaten into folks' heads for generations, but years. 1,000 emails is going to equal 10% engagement. So maybe from that, you're going to get 10 people who want to talk to you, and maybe one of those will close. And it's always been a numbers game in the funnel. And it's the game's changing. People want content to be given to them that's timely, that actually truly matters, in one-to-one conversations make a lot more sense. So it's been a lot more enjoyable, the conversations and the new prospects we've talked to, as well as the clients who have found us.
And I think ABM's, it's still a little bit of kind of the cold calling concept, but it's different because it's so targeted and it's
hyper-focused.
And it's more than just a single touch point. Yeah. Frankly, it's closer to old school selling, really old school selling, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, so it's back, and it's it doesn't leave me feeling cringy. It doesn't leave everybody in the office going,
Yeah.
Should we really send
We're not making it weird.
We're not making it weird, right? Now it's just one-to-one, and I've stalked you on LinkedIn, and I understand what you're looking for because I have intent data. But it is a one-to-one conversation, and it was a game changer for us.
Yeah.
Okay. I think you're up again.
Me? Okay.
Yeah, you go.
All right. I'm going to go with giving away the farm, which is we started as a really small agency. I've been, like 10 years with the agency. And everything we did was super custom and hyper responsive to everything clients asked for, needed, wanted. And it got us into a lot of really tough positions where we were adding on hours to scopes and then maybe feeling bad that we went over or we went too high. And so then we would not charge the client and then we'd say, oh yeah, we'll just do that one more thing because that feels like a good thing to do for them and make them happy. And that's just not a really good way to scale a business.
Yeah.
And so
us paying clients to work with them usually doesn't work. It doesn't work that, and not just because we're an agency and obviously, we want to make money, but any business, it doesn't have to be an agency. If you're paying people to take your product, it's not going to last very long.
No, it's not a good plan. It is not a sound plan.
No.
And so I think a couple years ago, so we had to unlearn our people pleasing, which is pretty hard. And at the time, it was a completely woman environment. It was all women.
Happened?
And so we were billing, and this is terrible to say, we were billing like women and saying like, oh, it's okay, we'll just throw this in extra, whatever. And so we came up with the phrase "bill like a man."
Yeah, and Jan loves to say that. And I can't help but laugh and turn around every time I hear it.
We didn't expect to have men in the organization at the time, maybe.
Yeah, we've arrived.
But it's just the mindset of like, no, we worked that much, and so we have to charge that much.
Yeah.
And it's fair because it gave clients unrealistic expectations of what it took to get things accomplished. And they would then they'd come back next month and say, hey, I want this again. And we're like, oh my God, we really stretched on that last month. We can't keep doing it for this. And then it creates, it's unrealistic and it's not tenable.
Well, it's a struggle because one of our values is do the right thing, right? So as humans and who we are by nature, we do want to please the client.
Yep.
What we became better at was like raising the flag and saying, okay, yes, we can do that thing, right? But here's the cost associated with it. And then that really frames it for a client to say, you know what, that thing's really not that important.
Right.
It was just something that I heard or I thought was a good idea.
Yeah, I thought it'd be fun.
Or, you know what, or they'll say, well, shelve it and let's put it into the budget, right?
Yeah.
For next year.
Yeah.
Like, so take a note of that.
But to do the right thing for us is not always do the right thing for the client, right? We always say our values go in three ways.
Right.
So it's do the right thing for us as a business as well. And so that's...
We need to protect the castle.
Yeah.
Or the farm in this case.
The farm. Yes, obviously the farm. Which leads to my next one.
Go for it.
Which is...
You're on a roll. Keep going.
I mean, they kind of go together. Is like loose scoping process or kind of undefined scopes, which was really hard. Again, we were doing everything custom. Every proposal that went out was catered just to everything that they asked for. And it literally it was like, you get 3 hours for this and you're going to get 8 blogs and you want 2 of these. And it took an incredible amount of time. And then, all the billing was different every month. And it's really hard to manage to that. And so we changed everything about how we deliver services now. And so we unlearned that custom model, and instead we've gone to the productized services, where we know what it takes us to do certain things and what it costs, and then we package it up and we sell you 1 unit of that, and it gives the client clarity on what they can expect, what the deliverables are, what the KPIs are. It gives us a regular way to measure our work, measure our time, resources, all of it. And it's made everything run a lot smoother.
Full transparency. Gosh, I've been here almost 2 years. So it's been 20 months. And you were halfway there already. Like you were already putting solutions together. And then I started reviewing contracts and I started looking at clients and I just wanted to scream. I might have screamed in my truck at some point.
If there was a contract.
If there was a contract, because I was like, how is any of this repeatable? How is any of this scalable?
Not.
Right? So the unlearning of that and then the work that's gone in the last 20 months to get to where we are now has been a game changer for us, for predictable revenue, for delivery. Clients know what to expect, when to expect it. Our team knows what to expect. The surprises aren't there. And now everyone's in the headspace where they're okay raising the flag to say, hey, okay, well, we can do that. No problem. But it's going to cost because, again, we're here to grow ourselves as well as
Yep.
our clients.
And that was reteaching everyone in the organization how to behave and interact with customers too.
Yep, absolutely.
And it ties back to our favorite tagline that clarity is kind.
Clarity is kind.
And so
we're going to have to get a dinger for that every time in a podcast. Like we have to keep a running total. We'll have to talk to Josh. Okay, that's number 7.
Yeah.
That's a good segue though, because one thing that we spent a lot of time on was looking at our client roster and understanding who they were.
Mm-hmm.
Were they still a fit? Did they still make sense? Had we outgrown them? Had they outgrown us? So really looking at our clients and then, figuring out who's not a fit and then getting exit strategies, right? So we didn't just line everybody up in a shooting squad and say, okay, you're gone, right? We didn't do that.
Very
we
violent.
tried to find homes for everybody, right? Because there is a match out there. For some clients, the legacy clients, I like to call them, they weren't a fit. They weren't going to where we were going. They didn't have goals that were as aggressive as what ours were. A million different reasons, but being able to take our roster and pare it down to ones that were true culture fits or fits who understood our value and our services and had a good roadmap themselves of where they saw themselves. It was a game changer from a morale standpoint. There were the legacy clients in your business, and everybody has them, and they know who they are. They are the ones who pay the least amount, and they take up more time, emotional drain, and it's those are the big headaches 9 times out of 10. So being able to shed those and then be able to focus on finding the right fit clients was a game changer.
Yeah. I don't like to shed all of them though. Some of your legacy clients get you where you were, and so you
absolutely
have great relationships, and they're willing to work with you in different ways than new clients would.
Totally agree.
But I agree. And I think we also did like the red flag, green flag on like what a good client is.
Well, we had to be able to measure that.
Yeah.
That goes back to some of the other things we've already talked about. Understanding, is it healthy? Is it healthy financially? But again, in our case, the way Front Burner is in caring about our employees, is it somebody who we can work with? Because we don't deal with disrespect, right? We won't be talked down to. We won't be told what to do, as we've covered before. But yeah, finding or being able to do that led us to my next one, which I think is the 7th one.
I was counting in my head.
Were you?
I think
I
this
lost
is
count.
It. I think this is it.
Okay, good. You're better at math. That's good. Going after the right clients. So, this kind of attaches a little bit to how we were prospecting earlier when we talked about how we unlearned just mass email, right? We went to ABM. Chasing after and hunting the right clients is a lot of fun, right? We're not talking about a list of hundreds. Now we have a list of 5 that maybe we add 5 more to the next month. And having those conversations, which are much better, they're healthier conversations. They're more goal and strategy oriented. It's just much more enjoyable. And the clients that we get from that, it's helped us get to where we are now. So by stopping chasing the wrong people, by unlearning that habit, and now going after the correct people, it's made a world of difference. And again, I'm going to go back to the morale of the team. And when an account manager, senior account manager, gets a new client, now they get it. Like the process is tight, but they're clear on what their goals are. They align with us from a culture standpoint, from a growth standpoint. So these are just better conversations, better relationships from step 1.
Yep. I think all of these tie together though in a very interesting way, which I hadn't noticed until I sat here and went back through to try and count the list. But
is this where you're going to connect the dots?
I guess.
All right, connect them.
I guess.
Connect
Are we
4
ready?
or connect 7.
I didn't even see it before, but if you look at this total process of how we're talking about not doing cold email, we're doing ABM, we're doing it to the right prospects, and then we're getting clarity out of the gate with people
so kind,
with those new client engagements. We've got clear scopes, we've got clear delivery, and we all feel like it's a fair and healthy relationship. And then I'll throw in the apps as well. We're using the right apps and less of them. I think
less of them, better platforms.
Yeah, but we're getting smarter about how we use them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it leads to just like a better experience overall.
Yeah. Actually, let me go back to the apps. The apps isn't a stretch because in our service delivery, right, now our whole team isn't trying to be a jack of all trades in 9 different platforms to deliver service. Now it's like, these are the platforms that we use, and we're going to double down on those. And that's what we're going to deliver on, and everybody can help each other.
Yeah.
So apps is not a stretch.
All right, good. I like that.
Are you convinced?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm in.
good. All right,
I'm in.
we can move on then.
No, if you're telling me we did a great job, I'm in. I think that's awesome. But I think it's hard to change, and it's so easy to keep trying to fix the thing that you're already working on and stay in that flow. But scrapping it and backing up and starting again and making sure you're doing it for the right reasons and with the right goals in mind, I think it is a game changer. The way the business runs today versus even when you started is totally different.
Yeah. So I was just having a conversation in the office today. It's 20 short months, right? Doesn't feel like it's been almost 2 years, but we've come a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. And I think just picking those things that we have really open discussions, especially in our leadership meetings, where we say, all right, this thing that we're doing, it's not working.
Right.
So how do we fix it? Let's stop doing the same thing we've always done.
Yep.
And start thinking about why we're doing it and the best way forward. And especially like even using AI, right? Like that's a huge tie-in to this, because there are smarter, faster, better ways to do things. And you don't want to just put it on top of everything. Sometimes you want to start at the beginning and say, like, is this the right way to even start this process?
You mentioned the leadership meeting, and it's totally off script, but I love that. So we actually, that's another example. We were big into EOS, right? And, self-implemented, or not self-implemented, worked with an implementer who's great. Got a lot of love for him, great person. But he changed his business, and it was like time for us to say, okay, let's stop. Let's pause this for a minute. And then what does it look like moving forward? So we unlearned something. So we are running our own version, right, of self-implemented now. I'll just call it accountability in leadership.
Yeah.
But that's just another example.
Bonus 8.
There's 8 hot tips right there. Your leadership team should be working. That is, you can't stop that. You can look at it, you can mold it differently, but your leadership team should have a safe space to be able to just say what needs to be said and then create a plan and then hold each other accountable. So there's a bonus 8.
Bonus 8.
Love it. Infinity. It's infinite. All right. So to recap this, quitting the wrong things can open doors for your organization to save you a ton of frustration. Who wants to be frustrated?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know it sounds terrible, right?
Yeah.
So, for folks watching, I would seriously encourage them to pick one thing in their organization, in their business, that they can stop doing, right?
Yeah.
And then from there, it's going to allow them to grow. So don't just, stop doing the thing, but then I think you need to look at it.
Yeah, I don't think we just stop doing the things.
Right, that's it. We're done. We're not doing podcasts anymore. We're walking off set. No, but stop the thing that's giving you a lot of trouble. Instead of continuing to put resource, time, energy into something that's not working, it's okay. Stop, reset, look forward, recalculate, and then move forward from there. And do you agree?
Yes, and I think taking one at a time is a smart play.
Yeah.
Like, don't do too many.
No,
you got to stay focused.
Yeah, I agree. And with that, I guess it's time to sign off.
All right.
Please like, share, subscribe, tell all of your friends. We are looking forward to seeing you in the future. Thanks for joining the Spark.